Hi guys, just thought I would do a follow-up to my first video the other day, and actually do the video that I meant to do in the first place, before I started waffling on about all my other health conditions and being a little bit woe be me. And that was a video about why the vegan diet doesn't work with the TMAU diet. This is in response to quite a few comments on the Barcroft video of she should follow a vegan diet. When I run through the things that you're supposed to avoid with the TMAO diet, I can guarantee the majority of the vegan folks out there will see almost straight away why the two aren't compatible. Now, before I do that, I just want to let you guys know a little bit about why the TMAU diet works for some people and not others. Well, I can't say why it doesn't work for others, but I know it doesn't work as well for me as it does for some. With me, I tend to find that my TMAU is more triggered with mental and physical stress. So if my body's under stress, if I'm not well, if it's that time of the month, I tend to find that my symptoms are worse. And I haven't found that restricting my diet massively, religiously, has really helped in that regard. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. I've got a bit of a lazy eye, I'm sure you've probably noticed by now. And that's all I can see on the video, and it's driving me a little bit crackers. So, with the TMAU diet, we need to avoid a substance, or it's aimed at avoiding a substance called choline. Also, TMA and TMAO. So that's trimethylamine and trimethylamine oxide. These chemicals are present in all food. There's just more of it in certain foods than others. And you need choline to survive, so cutting it out of your diet completely is A, impossible because you die, and B, impossible because it's in everything. Now, the main things in your diet that will contain high levels of choline are eggs, predominantly egg yolk, liver, kidney, milk from wheat-fed cows, peanuts, peas, beans, cruciferous vegetables, so broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and obviously seafood and saltwater fish. Some freshwater fish is fine, but saltwater fish tends to be a main culprit as well. Now, like I say, anybody that's vegan listening to that list will probably start to see why a vegan diet doesn't work with the TMAU diet. And that's because we all need protein to survive. And a lot of the things on that list are where vegans get their protein from. They're plant-based protein. And that would be peanuts. That's one thing that's off the list. I'm not quite sure how that translates with other nuts. I haven't looked into that. Soy-based products is another big component of a vegan's diet for protein purposes. Beans and peas, so pretty much any lentils are out the window. So tofu's gone because that's bean curd and soy, so you've got a double whammy there. So that's your protein base out of the window for a vegan diet. Then if you are wanting to keep your iron intake up, there's a lot of iron in spinach, in your cruciferous vegetables. Again, that's where, if it's not from the other things that I've just said, that's where vegans get a lot of their iron from. So not only would I become protein deficient, I'd become iron deficient as well. So that's why I don't go on a vegan diet, and why a lot of TMAU sufferers would struggle matching the TMAU diet with a vegan diet. Now, if there's anybody out there listening to this video that wants to dispute that and wants to give me some information, I've only briefly investigated a vegan diet. So if, anybody out there that wants to give me an idea how that might work, please comment below. But that's really the crux of it. You would become protein and iron deficient if you tried to match the TMAU in a vegan diet. Now, for me personally, like I say, the TMAU diet doesn't work very well for me. Nobody really knows why. I have sat down with my consultant and discussed ways and means of improving my diet to match the TMAU diet, and basically what we've come to the conclusion of, it probably puts more stress on my body to restrict all the things, and probably puts me under too much physical stress with my irritable bowel syndrome. Restricting certain things sets that off. So she's kind of just turned around and said, carry on the way I am doing, reduce the things that you can. Now, anybody that knows me knows I don't like liver and not mad keen on kidney either. So that's easy for me to cut out. I'll go through phases of just eating egg whites rather than eating the whole egg, but that can get pretty boring. I'm not a massive cruciferous vegetable fan anyway. Hate Brussels sprouts. Don't even get me started on Brussels sprouts with Christmas coming up. I always get enticed to eat one every year. My family are great at enticing me to eat at least one Brussels sprout. It's become a little bit of a family tradition. I love peas. I can't help it. I love peas. But I do try and avoid them where possible. So there you have it, really. I can't be any more honest than I have been in this video. I try and restrict things as best I can. I try and alter when I eat things. If I know I'm going to be in work, this is probably where some of my work colleagues are thinking, well, what, I've seen her eating fish at work. It takes 2 or 3 days for these things to get through your system and to become apparent. Or it does for me anyway. So running up to being in work, I tend to restrict those foods. Then when I'm in work, it may seem counterintuitive, but I will start eating them again. Because I enjoy them, because I find them fairly easy to eat and they don't cause me tummy problems. So people in work will see me eating fish and that sort of thing, an egg. But that's because I've already restricted them for the 2 or 3 days leading up to. I'm hoping these things are working. Again, I don't really know how much is working because I've got no sense of smell. Michael's got fairly used to my smell. Michael's my husband, if you didn't watch the Barcroft video. And we don't really, I'm struggling to find a reliable source of information as to what's working or not, because people don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. People don't want to tell you, particularly now they've found out that it's a medical problem. People don't want to say, you're having a bad day. And I get that. I get that completely. So anyway, I'm going to leave that video there. So that's why the vegan diet doesn't really work for TMAU sufferers. Thanks for listening. Take care, guys. Bye.